On my way into the burn, I am going to put the pacing hobbles on a number of horses today. I was trying to gauge on my way out last night from Northfield. Obviously, we raced Foxy Seaside. I'll start with that. We raced Foxy Seaside. She raced good. A little bumpy starting into the backstretch when I went to move her, but fought on down the lane. This filly, she's so different than she was before. She doesn't pull and lug the way she did. She's much more methodical on the track. To my partners out there that are concerned about the roughness, that roughness you would have seen at Dayton or at the Meadowlands or at Mohawk also. She was touching her outside knee. I would believe she probably needs a little bit of vet work done, and quite frankly, I would like to see this class soften up a little bit. You take away the horse that won the race, and then Ronnie's horse's Son on My Buns or whatever, you remove those two horses, and that's the class, right? But that's timing. That's what timing is all about in horse racing. That class should go 55, 56. Foxy Seaside should get her picture taken whenever she wants. Unfortunately, it's a little tougher than that right now. So we're going to have to wait her turn. But for now, I'm going to let it play out with Foxy. I'm going to be watching Dayton too. I had messaged one of our clients the other day. We had a discussion about Foxy, and my initial comment was Dayton was far too tough. Mohawk is a non-starter. She's not good enough to go to Mohawk right now. But Dayton was difficult, but looks like it's softening up a little bit now. So we'll see how that plays out over the next couple of weeks, 3 weeks. I'm watching it this week also. But I didn't think she raced bad last night. I didn't check the line. She had pace 56 to beat piece, I think. I don't know. But I wasn't disappointed with her grit. She fought on. She could have been a tired fifth last night. Instead, she was a hard-fought third. So I thought she raced rather well. As I said, I'm on my way into the barn today. I'm going to go with our new horse. We had two new horses. One of them got to Northfield Park, and we had found a fresh injury. Now, the horse just raced the other night in regards to real help. The horse had just raced the other night. We had bought him, and between the race and when he arrived at Northfield Park, the staff in Indiana must have missed that he had an injury. He had a hole in his tendon. And I say hole, I mean medically speaking. We ultrasounded it, and there was a 40% tear in his tendon. So, listen, I can relate to somebody being busy and missing something. It happens, but the reality is that we didn't miss it, and we sent the horse back, and we're going to be refunded the money. Now, the other horse, Legal Scholar, will be racing tonight at North. Is it tonight or tomorrow? It might be tonight. I apologize. I looked and I just thought it might be tonight. If it's tonight, then he's racing tonight. And no, he's racing tomorrow. He's racing tomorrow. We have him racing this week. We were also eligible with Tally the Tab. She'll be racing very, very soon also. Gives us a couple extra days to work with Tally the Tab. I'm going to go over to the Meadows tomorrow morning and qualify Sparkling Volo. That should be a lot of fun. Now, I will preface this with a very simple statement. He has spent his whole life with hobbles on. As a 2-year-old, his first 2 starts without hobbles, and everyone since has been with hobbles. We're taking them off tomorrow. I like the way he trained the other day. He's going to be a little vulnerable at the gate, and I think in the middle of the straightaways, if I read into his lines properly. I didn't feel much of that the other day when he trained, but as I said, we'll be watching him very, very closely. I was happy with the way he went. Today, we are bidding on some horses on preferred, on gate. We'll see if we get any of them. I am going to be reaching out to people in regards to Harrisburg 2025, and I'll be coordinating with Wendy to fill up the shares of the buckets. I know I can tell you right now, the high-end trotter is all but sold out. The trotting colts are not yet. I think that's going to be one of these things where we buy them, and a lot of the people that own the buckets will chew up some shares, and then for the people that are sitting at home waiting and maybe didn't want to get in on the buckets, you'll likely have an opportunity to. But as it happened in Lexington, that's not always guaranteed. the New Jersey Pacer has a lot of people interested. Obviously, I think we had a lot of fun there this year with Perfect Thought. It's not done yet, and the New York bucket, which I have told. Somebody said to me the other day, "Well, Anthony, I don't want a Pacer. I don't want a New York Pacer. So if that's what's going in there, I want out." Well, I will tell you right now, don't buy in then. It's my desire to buy a New York trotting filly for that New York bucket that's a little more affordable. The latter part of what I just said is the most important thing, a little more affordable. You're not going to find a Chapter 7 for that. I would love to tell you we would, but you're likely not going to find a Chapter 7 for that bucket. That leaves, on the trotting side, a back of the neck, more than likely. I think there's one or two crazy wows in the sale, and aside from that, then it would be likely a Huntsville. I suspect would be the way we go. I'm missing somebody. I know there's Courtney Choice and whatnot, but so I will caution everybody, please. I do want to buy a New York trotting filly or colt for that New York bucket, but this bucket is for our New York clients. Trust me when I tell you, we are going to be doing our very best to find the best horse we can for the most amount of value, and if we can find it in trotter, great. That would be my preference, but it's not a guarantee. So I need people to understand that going in. I think I would love to continue to build up our so-called presence in New York. We're not there very often, but we do race there a little bit. We did have a lot of luck over the years. Cruising in Style was a great horse for us, as was Bomb Hugger. So it's not like we haven't had luck in New York. The problem in New York, you know it, and I know it, and I know it bothers our New York clients when I say this. People that live in New York, it's the licensing. To renew isn't a problem. To get licensed is. It's expensive, invasive, it's problematic, and quite frankly, it's the biggest reason we only have one, maybe two New York breds each year, if that. Anyway, that's the plan for Harrisburg, everybody. It's a beautiful fall day here. I'm not going to worry about the little things that are going on that I would like not to happen. They happen all the time. That's life. We all know that. But right now, it's a beautiful fall day. Harrisburg is 7 days away. We have horses racing this week. We are purchasing some horses. We are cleaning out some of our other horses in Manhattan Money, who's being sold today. Things are looking good. So, I will talk to you all very soon. I hope you're having a great start to your week. I know for some of us it's not. We weren't without our hurdles last week and the week before, but at the same time, if that's the worst thing that happens to me today, it'll be just fine. So, we have baseball on the horizon tonight. We have football on the horizon tonight. We have racing on the horizon tonight. It's going to be a great Monday here at the stable. Take care. We'll talk to you all very soon.